about right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tanks and Tuddies, presented by Tubbs and Frankie. This week, Frankie's feeling a little bit down, guys. Let me turn my fan down. It's probably too loud. Yep. Brewers lost. We'll get to that. But this week, we're going to almost solely focus on football. It'll be a quick wrap-up. There's not much to say. I don't know your thoughts, but we shall see. Quick disclaimer, I will probably have to get up and piss at some point in this episode. We're trying to do a quick one. We both got stuff to do. But I've had so much water since I got home, and one piss ain't going to be enough. So I'm going to try to hold it for you guys, but we'll see. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So locks and long shots. Still waiting on Scooble Cy Young. I think it's the dumbest thing ever that they wait until November 2nd. I guess you have to wait until the World Series is over, so that must be the latest it can possibly go. I'm not sure on that.
See, but playoffs aren't supposed to play into it, so I don't know why they don't just announce it right
after. The NFL
the
does it. They do it in the middle of the playoffs. Like, do it then. It's pretty much locked up at this point. I think the last time they had the odds up, he was like minus 20,000. So that's going to be a W soon enough. All time, I'm 23-32. Not all time. This year, 23-32. Damn, we're almost getting to another reset. Didn't we reset? I think we didn't do a reset, and then we did in like April or something because my lock number's low.
Yeah, we might have done it around our year mark.
That might have been it.
Which actually, 52 weeks.
We're
2 episodes ago. Technically, would have been our 3-year.
No. Yeah, shit. We didn't even say anything or do anything. Well, sorry.
Whatever.
So happy 3-year anniversary to us. ChatGPT all-time 12-12. I'm 12-13. So this week, here's what we're doing. ChatGPT gave me 2 locks. I'm only doing 1 to get those back to even. If I ever do multiple locks, I'll have ChatGPT give me multiple as well, just so we can keep those even. So I'm 1 game back. I could be up at the end of this week. Last week I had the Patriots minus 6.5 at the Titans. That was a W, sweat-free. I mean, maybe a little sweaty in the first quarter, but Patriots took care of business. ChatGPT had the Steelers minus 5.5 on Thursday night. They lost outright. That was actually is that the game of the year so far? That was a great game. We had 2 old heads whacking each other back and forth.
Yeah, that probably. Well, but the Giants-Broncos
was incredible.
This week was pretty good.
There were some good games this week. So anyway, speaking of this week, so I'm going Bears plus 6.5 at the Ravens minus 110. The Bears have been impressive lately. They're kind of beating up on some bad teams, but I think they can keep this close. The Ravens, they're so banged up on defense. I don't know how they're looking after the bye, but I feel like the Bears are going to be able to run the ball, keep this thing close within a touchdown, hopefully less than a touchdown, within 6. And then speaking of, one of ChatGPT's locks was the Ravens minus 6.5 versus the Bears. So that will be interesting to watch. And then ChatGPT wanted the over in Chiefs and Raiders, which already happened. So they got Chiefs and Commanders on Monday night, over 47.5. Long shots, I'm 10-28. ChatGPT's 5-18. Quick reminder on my long term, since I haven't said them in a long time. It's looking pretty good. Lions to play the Packers in the playoffs is one of them. Lions will beat the Packers by at least 6.5. I'll do an alternate spread if needed. I don't foresee them being a bigger favorite than that. I think that'll be tight. Playoff division rivals, that'll be like a 2.5, 3.5 type spread, whichever way, whoever's playing better. Both teams look good. One team looks better than the other, but that's neither here nor there. And then my last one is that this will be the NFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl to end this podcast, because whoever loses that game will not want to get on the show the next week. That's for sure. Last week I had the Jets money line plus 114 versus the Panthers. You'll never hear me say the word Jets on this podcast again, except for when I'm shitting on them. Stupid pick. I think they'll win a game eventually, but I don't care. They're going 1-16. ChatGPT last week had the Titans money line over the Patriots plus 280. We already know that was bad. This week, I've got a bunch. Bucs minus 6.5 at the Saints plus 104. They're 5.5 at plus 100. I just bumped it up a point to get to the 104 mark. Bounce back game for them right before the bye week. They looked like shit last night, to be honest. Baker did not have a good game. Their defense defense played well. I mean, the Lions only put up 24 points, but it felt like the Bucs could have very easily won that game. They missed a couple calls, but the Lions deserved it after that Chiefs game. And then the World Series, we got that going this week. Starts on Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to bet this to go exactly 6 games. DraftKings didn't have it for some reason, so I'm betting both teams to win 4-2. Dodgers over the Jays 4-2 is plus 380. Jays over the Dodgers 4-2 is plus 700. If I win, I think this is what I'm going to do. If I win the bet, I get 1 win. I don't get a loss. If I lose both, it's 2 losses. If it doesn't go 6 games, is that agreeable?
Doesn't really matter.
I mean, the records are just for fun. It's not. We're not competing. Yeah. I mean, I've got you beat by long shots by a wide margin just because I don't throw out as many as you do. So
yeah.
And then ChatGPT. Oh, and then sorry, one more long shot. Blue Jays series winner plus 180. Fuck the Dodgers. I refuse to root for the Dodgers. The Blue Jays are fun. I've always kind of had a soft spot for the Blue Jays because for like 10 years I wanted to go see a game there. Sweet stadium. Jose Bautista's home run really got me hooked back in the day. That George Springer home run was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Great game. It felt very Jose Bautista-like. Just the pop and then the crowd roar. It wasn't as much of a no-doubter, though. If it was more no-doubter, I feel like it would have been louder off the bat. But it got loud. And then when they zoom in on Brian Blue and the camera's just shaking, oh, so cool. And then ChatGPT is going with Giants plus 295 over the Eagles, seeing if they can find lightning in a bottle twice. The Eagles looked good last week, though. So that's all I got. Your locks and long shots.
Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. I've been trying to find some odds for something that I'm going to add to my long shots, but I'll get back to that. I haven't been able to find it yet. So, but my lock's 44 and 40. I will say the super mega nuclear max whale rocket ship in orbit lock is 0 and 2. So that is being retired until further notice. I kind of wanted to go out on a win, but after 2 straight, it's not getting there. So we got to retire it until we find something better. So this week, though, last week I had Steelers minus 5.5. Like Jake said, they lost outright. Had the Patriots minus 7.5. They won. Huge. Really wasn't a sweat outside of the first quarter. And then that super mega nuclear max whale rocket ship in orbit lock was the Packers minus 6.5. They, until we hire a new offensive coordinator or at least let Matt LaFleur stop calling plays, we're probably not going to cover spread. So they only won by 4 there. Did you have something to say? You looked like you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say that you guys are due for a just commanding blowout win, and I've been saying that for 2 weeks. Like, where is it?
So,
like the Bengals, you never really pulled away. I mean, you had control, and then the Cardinals, it was Brissett. Like, you should have dominated, and you almost lost. Like, where is the dominating?
So
like,
I have
4-1-1. Like, you guys are a good team. Where's the dominating win?
I have some thoughts. Do you want me to save them?
Let me say my one, and then, save them because we'll talk football later. But
okay,
quick one. I texted you on Sunday. Their plane got delayed for like 5 hours. So I told you, I was like, I think they're going to start slow. And they did. But then they kind of were just slow the whole game. And just because they're better, they won the game. But a win's a win in the NFL. But as a fan, like, you got to be like, where the fuck is the blowout win? Like, we're a great team.
I texted you and I said I wasn't touching that game outside of DFS. And then I bet the Packers spreads. So.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
Yeah, so this week I'm taking the Steelers plus 3.5 against my Packers on Sunday Night Football. This is an emotional hedge. Like I said, we haven't covered spreads yet, so there's that. It's also the Rodgers revenge game, but it's in Pittsburgh. And then fun fact, the Packers haven't won in Pittsburgh since we had Bart Starr. So
that's a wild stat. That's insane.
I'm not worried, but I'm worried. So there's that. Yeah. I'm also taking the Bills minus 7.5 against the Panthers. Andy Dalton is buns. Bills are coming off a bye. I think that they just light them up. So, and then the last one, not the last one, second to last one, Bears plus 6.5. Lamar ? Do we know?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
So we'll take that. Bears Bears have been frisky. They've been playing all their games close. So, like you said, I'm on Bears plus 6.5 there. And then my last lock is the Browns team total under 16.5. Outside of last week, they have not scored 17 points since when?
I don't know. I read ahead in your long shots and it made me laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what the stat was, but I know the Browns haven't scored over 17.5 total points or over 17 total points
They
in a
literally did
very,
on
very
Sunday.
long time. Yes, outside of last week.
Oh, okay.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Yeah.
I got you.
And I just don't think they can do it twice, especially against the Patriots. So,
Gotcha.
long shots 23 and 77. Ready for that reset whenever. 0-4 last week. It is basketball season. We don't even need to talk about last week's bets. But if we were, I would say that the Brewers sucked. They did not win this series. It did not go to 7 games. Jake Bowers and Andrew Vaughn did nothing in game 2. And yes, we lost all 4 games. 0-4, swept. So this week, we'll start off Niners minus 2.5 plus 116. This is an alt spread. This is strictly because the Niners have some devil magic going on. They should not be winning games, and they are. They are playing the Texans. I don't think the Texans are that great. They made last night's game look closer than it was. I even went to bed, woke up, and it looked close. Checked the box score. They scored with 2 minutes. It wasn't that close. Yeah, the Niners deserve no. They have no reason to win this game, but they probably will, and they'll probably win by at least 3. So take that plus 116. The other football one, I'm taking a teaser. Bengals minus a half, Falcons minus 1, Bills minus 1. This is plus 140. The Bengals versus the Jets. The Jets are not going to win a game this year. Falcons versus... Who are the Falcons playing? Oh, the Dolphins. The Dolphins are god-awful. Falcons will win that game.
Green Bay, though, isn't he?
That's part of my thoughts. So Falcons minus 1 and then the Bills minus 1, obviously against the Panthers. So that is plus 140. I feel like that is a steal. I might put way too much money on that. And then knowing the NFL, the Bengals will probably lose outright. So that is my long shots. The one that I was trying to find was the Packers to score exactly 27 points. Because in each of their games that they've won this year, they have scored 27 points. They beat the Lions 27-13. They beat the Commanders 27-18. They beat the Bengals 27-18, and they beat the Cardinals 27-23. So I think I have 2 options here. I can take the Packers team total under 27.5 over 26.5 and parlay that. That would probably be pretty decent odds. Probably not as good as I want it to be. And then I might also sprinkle on a few correct scores. I'm thinking 27-18, 27-23, and 27-24. 27-18 just because it's...
right?
Yes.
It's plus 1,000 if you do the over-under.
See, that's not good enough.
That's so low.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
No, but I think I might take 27-18 because that's happened twice already, and then 27-23 because... then we'd cover, and 27-24 because then we wouldn't cover, but we'd at least win.
Gotcha.
So I think those are the 3 that I'm probably going to take. Odds are, I'm going to assume probably like plus 3,000-ish, 4,000 maybe. So not terrible, but yeah, that's what we're rocking this week. I am going to count, I'm just going to put on Packers correct score bet. 27 points. Just hoping that we hit one of those. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you continue it on because I think we need to talk about the Brewers briefly.
Yeah. So obviously we got swept. I will say I got way too ahead of myself. We won the NLDS, and I was like, you know what? This is the team. We're gonna fucking do it. We're going to prove the haters wrong. We're going to beat the Dodgers. We're going to go to the World Series, which, in my defense, the team looked pretty good in the NLDS. And then we get to the NLCS, and the bats just were not anywhere to be found. Worst, I think was it the worst batting average, or was it the worst OPS of a team?
Probably both. No, because you guys
Yeah.
got some walks and shit.
Yeah.
That was
All I
some
know is
batting
we set
average.
records for one of those stats for being one of the worst ever. I think we're close to setting a stat for least hits and least runs in a minimum 4-game series in the playoffs. Shohei looked like shit and then put up an otherworldly performance in game 4. 3 home runs, 6 innings, 10 Ks. Just absolutely fucking dominated us. Um, the pitching wasn't bad. I mean, it's not like we let the Dodgers score shit tons of runs until game 4 was 5 runs, but actually game 3 was a lot, but we kind of gave up at the end there. So yeah, it was disappointing. Not as heartbreaking as the last couple of years. We at least were able to get to an NLCS.
You won a series.
We won a series. My biggest thing was once we got to game 3 getting to become a blowout, I was like, all right, let's just get this series done with. I'm ready for it to be over. I fucking hate this. And then game 4 was about to start, and I was like, you know what? If we get a win, I might be pulled back in. And then Shohei hit a leadoff home run, and everything just went down the drain there. I don't
So
think that.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't think Churio was healthy.
Not at all.
Granted, he still played well. There was a stat that Churio and William Contreras hit like 8 balls that were over 100 miles an hour, which is considered a hard hit in baseball. And they were like 1 for 8 on those, which is ridiculous. But I mean, outside of that, the team just didn't have any life. Yelich went into one of his worst slumps at the worst time of the year. Yeah, Joey Ortiz continuously gets at bats. It wasn't a badly managed series, just the offense wasn't there. So
I have 2 things, or 3 things actually. At least you beat the Cubs, so you got your series win, and you can say we lost to $1 billion roster, which
yeah, I mean, we also were the forefront of the lockout in 2027. So
right.
that, I mean, it's bound to happen. I think it was bound to happen regardless. I think this series just kind of magnified it, and there's going to be a bunch of people that are like, "This is a fucking stupid take." I think you're kind of on that side where you don't necessarily think that there should be a salary cap and that the Brewers could just spend more money. Um, I completely disagree. I don't think that we have the same opportunity,
I
but
don't
that's
think that's
besides
what
the
I
point.
said. I think I said that. I
You
think I
wanted
more
a
said that
floor.
floor. That's what it was. Yeah, I
Well,
want a
the
floor.
problem with that
Make
is
teams
you can't get
spend,
a floor. Yeah, you can't get a floor without a cap, though.
but also, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Shit. I don't like that the Dodgers spend the most money and are the best fucking team in the world. But God damn, what was I going to say? I'm trying to get my train of thought back.
If I wanted to, I could do an entire solo podcast on this for about an hour and a half, to be honest with you. But I just, at this
Oh,
point, I'm so over talking about it.
so the other point that I was going to make was how do you do a cap when you've got teams that are way already up there? You're just like, oh, you got to lose this guy. Like, how do you do that? Or is
Yeah,
it
so
like
that's
grandfathered
where,
in? So now your cap is 10 years down the road when Shohei's off the books. How does it work?
yeah, so that's what I'm wondering too is like, so when we were talking about it in our group chat, Javi was like, oh, the players aren't going to want a salary cap, which I partially agree with. I think that there are going to be a good chunk of players that are pro salary cap because it does bring in variety to the league and you can go sign anywhere and you'll have a similar chance at winning a World Series as you would signing anywhere else with a salary cap because every team has that same chance to say, hey, we can spend up to this much. Great. But also there's still the majority of players that are going to be anti-salary cap because they know it caps what they can earn, and that's what's going to cause the lockout. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like there's been so many things going around on Twitter on this, and like the big graph where it shows like the team revenue and then the team payroll and how much they have left over. The thing that they're not considering in that is like, yes, it comes out to about the same amount of profit outside of like the Mets, because the Mets are just absolutely insane. But there's your overhead costs that aren't getting like considered at all in there. So even with the same amount of profit, the Dodgers are still able to spend 300 million more dollars than teams like the Brewers. Like, it just, there's not that same chance. If somebody wanted to say, oh, spend the same percentage of revenue on payroll as what the Dodgers do, we'd still be $300 million short. Like, it doesn't matter. So
Well, you
that's
guys
where
would
that's where my biggest thing is.
you guys would probably have more if you weren't still paying out, damages for that big blue crane incident.
Are we actually still paying that out?
I don't
have
know.
no
I
idea.
needed to throw something in. I saw it on
Yeah,
Twitter again today,
so did
and
I.
there's like some crazy conspiracies with that like the Wisconsin government did it, and like I don't even remember. I was reading into it deep. I'm like, this all makes sense. It was something about the whoever was running the job or whatever was running behind, and then they were gonna have to pay all this money um for being behind on the project. I think they were like 4 or 5 years behind, I think they said. So they knew that this crane couldn't be in that weather, and they still took it out there so it would fuck it all up and they'd get an extension or whatever. But then
Yeah.
I think the true point is, and then I read a story that the main crane operator that was supposed to work that day refused to get in there because of the wind, and they got some other Joe Schmo to hop in there, and sure as shit, boom, it went. So I don't think there's
Balls
actually
over.
conspiracy, but
Yeah.
it was fun to read into what people think.
Damn. The other sad fact about this season ending, which granted, I'm very happy for how the season went. We won 97 games, set a franchise record in wins. We're loaded with young talent outside of 30-year-old rookie Isaac Collins. But the sad fact was the series ended, and a day later, there's notifications about us potentially shopping Freddie Peralta. Um,
Yeah.
which also, that pissed me off because that didn't come from any Brewers beat reporter. And the Brewers are known for like, hey, we're gonna shop everybody unless you're like a rookie on a long-term deal. Like, if you have 1 year left on your contract, we're shopping you regardless.
Mm,
So I felt like that was just kind of like a, hey, no shit, they're shopping Freddie Peralta to see what they can get for him.
yeah.
Which really sucked. But it was just the timing of it. Like, literally less than 24 hours after the series ended, we get that, and it's like, come on, really. But then the other sad fact, my mom was at game 2. I think I said that last week.
Mm,
And I was looking for the hat from when they won the NLDS with like the whatever, the gold and the Brewers, and yeah.
yep.
It had sold out online when I was looking for it like 5 minutes after the NLDS ended. So I was like, hey, if you're at the game and you find it, let me know. So she did. She just sent me a text before we started recording and said, hey, I sent this out. It should be to you by Thursday. So now I get to wear this hat. The season's done.
That's kind of hilarious, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of
I
funny.
kind of
I'm
wish she
sorry.
would have sent it like maybe last Wednesday, and then I
Yeah,
could have worn it for game
or game
4, even
three.
when we're getting swept. Yeah. Like, it's
Um,
whatever.
I have a funny tweet I'll have to remember to bring it up later. It's football related, so I will wait. But my last point about the baseball was going to be, remember how you felt, just remember the feelings that you felt after game 3, they're going down 3-0, right? Now picture like when Boston came back from that, picture that fan base, right? You win game 4, and then you're like, okay, like you probably would have been like, all right, cool, we got to win. Like maybe we can do something. But there's no way you believe, right? But then when
Yeah.
you win that game 5, like that instant switch of, oh fuck, like they're panicking now. Like I
Well,
can't even
so
imagine being a Boston Red Sox fan going through that.
so going into game 3, there was a bunch of things about how only like one team has ever come back from being down 2-0 or something like that.
Yep.
And like the last team to do it was against the Dodgers. I don't even remember what it was exactly. And then after losing game 3, I was like, all right, it's over. But then the morning of game 4, I saw all the Red Sox tweets, And I think that's where the one game, it was 40 of 41 teams that have gone down 3-0 have lost the series outright. The last team to come back was the Red Sox, who had Dave Roberts. I was like, maybe he could be on the opposite side here. Like, it would be a little karma. And then Shohei hit the game, or the lead off the game winner. And I think for the Brewers offseason, I know it's a pipe dream, but I would love to see us go get Moritaki. What the fuck is his last name? The Japanese power hitter. He's a third baseman. Fit perfect. We could move Terang to short, move Durbin to second. That would work great. I'd also like us to go get Schwarber. Otherwise, that'd be a good fit. I have seen us linked to Joe Ryan, which I'm not really sure why. We don't necessarily need pitchers. And then trade the farm for Tarek Skubal. So I've already proposed a trade. I've not heard back from management.
I declined it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a pretty good offer, but
we'll get the Mets to overpay some crazy. I've seen so. Okay, so are you done with the Brewers for my quick Tigers talk, and then we can talk football?
So last thing on the Morikawa, or whatever his fucking name is. I saw a thing.
Definitely not his name.
No, it's Munataki something. I don't remember what his last name is. I saw a quote from him. I don't know if this is actually a true quote, but he said, Murakami. Murakami. I was close. I would like to play for a West Coast team or the New York Yankees. I said, so he's going to the Dodgers. Great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah. So my Twitter is, let me give you guys a glimpse of my Twitter. It's football, a little bit of baseball with the World Series going. And then it's full of Lions, Michigan, like my teams, right? The Tarek Skubal has taken over my Twitter. It's just him in other teams' jerseys and proposed trades and all this shit. And the thing that drives me nuts is when these fans of these teams think that, oh, yeah, our number 2 prospect is really, really good. Like, dude, he's top 40, like, overall. Number 2 doesn't mean shit to me. And then you put a 10 on there, like your 10th best prospect means anything. Like, that dude's a nobody. It's like when we got Trey Sweeney and whoever else for who the fuck did we trade over to the Dodgers? I don't remember. Whatever that was when we got Trey Sweeney.
Yeah, I don't remember who that was.
Somebody else.
Oh, Flaherty. Like, it was the Flaherty trade.
Was it? I saw that 8 next to Trey Sweeney, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. 8th prospect. He's fucking dog shit. You know what I mean? So those numbers don't make me excited anymore. I think if they trade Skubal, it's going to be 2 really, really good minor leaguers and then a fucking majors hitter,
Chad Patrick, Cooper Pratt, Luis Lara, and Reese Hoskins. That's our number 3, who's a shortstop. Our number 12.
I'm out on Reese Hoskins.
Andrew Vaughn.
Nope, I'm out on Andrew Vaughn. He's gonna regress so bad next year. I hate to say it. That's the other thing with baseball. Like, I don't have time to look into all these prospects that are getting thrown out there for my team. Like, I just tell me when they're ready.
Cooper Pratt's a very good shortstop.
Quick Tigers talk for the last time until probably Skubal's traded or he wins the Cy Young. Very excited for next year. Scott Harris I rewatched his presser again, and just hearing him say he's going to call up the Young Bucks makes me so excited. Even if it's like September 20th, I don't care. Bring him up. I'm so excited. And then the other point I was going to make. So last week's episode was the worst sports weekend of my life. This weekend was really, really good. Michigan won on Saturday pretty comfortably. The Wings have won 4 or 5 in a row. And then the Lions won last night. So I'm happy. I made some money betting. I think I made like $30 last weekend. I don't know, actually. Monday might have got a little weird.
I'm in an absolute hellhole.
Yeah. Well, the Packers won. So it wasn't the worst sports weekend of my life. If the Packers lost, I would have been concerned for your health.
Yeah. I mean, the Brewers getting swept. Wisconsin is one of the worst. I'd say probably the worst 5 teams in college football right now. We get absolutely
No, worst five
ass
power
wiped.
five. Worst five power five.
That's fine. We get absolutely ass wiped by OSU. We won't fire Luke Fickell, which I've come around on now. I was very anti-fire Luke Fickell, give him time.
Yeah.
We're like 3 years into this and nothing's changing.
Dude, there's too many big names out there, too.
I may or may not have gotten a little bit pulled in today.
Pulled into what?
Again, Luke Fickell.
Oh, sticking with him or firing him?
Yeah, no sticking with him.
Why?
So
dude, you got Billy Napier out there, James Franklin, all these guys like that are going to get you 9-10 win seasons.
John Gruden.
He's going to Arkansas.
No, so finishing off my worst weekend, we get ass wiped by OSU, and then Tennessee gets fucking curb stomped by Alabama. We should have scored a touchdown to make it closer than it was, but that's besides the point. Wisconsin, though.
He's kind of. Was that a road game, though?
No.
It was a road game, though, so I'll give him a little bit of love.
Yeah.
How about the Alabama fans smoking all their cigars after the game? Do you see that smoke?
That's a yearly thing.
Is that just the winner of that game does it, or Alabama only does it against Tennessee?
I think it's really only Alabama, but
That's what I
started happening with Tennessee too. So
I think they tried to steal it last year when they won because they beat Bama last year, right? But Bama was like bad.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before.
I know she had Nico last year. He was dog shit.
Yeah, I think it was the year before.
I think you guys did steal it though, and I think that's why it was so like everybody had a cigar in their mouth.
So real quick on the Luke Fickell thing. Like I said, I was very keep Fickell, let him figure it out. But now we're year 3, I think, year 4 maybe, and nothing has changed. I think the biggest issue is the AD because he's never committed to like giving us NIL and not wanting to participate in the whole NIL thing, which is disastrous. You can't do that in this type of program. So honestly, like I think the first step is firing the AD and getting a new AD and then seeing if they give Luke Fickell NIL money, how do things go? The other thing that got me back in is Luke Fickell's 8-3 when his number 1 quarterback plays the entire game.
I was just going to say, you guys in the last 2 years have had to have had the worst quarterback injury luck of all time. And your defense, like OSU, I'd say is probably the worst your defense has looked this year because even against Bama, they stopped them and made them throw the ball, and it's just the offense couldn't move the ball, so they retired, whatever. OSU, you could kind of tell OSU was like taking it easy on you, and they're doing that in every game. But like your defense has been decent and they've had minimal injuries. Like it's just you're so fucked with quarterback injuries.
Yeah.
I can see people saying he doesn't deserve to be fired because he hasn't had a fucking quarterback the last 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, I was very excited for the Luke Fickell hire. I was very excited to go air raid just because I think I was so worn out of ground and pound football. But at this point, like
ground and pound works.
That's the entire Badgers identity, and I want us to go. Yes, I want us to go back to it at this point, and like stop trying to get flashy in an offense that it just doesn't work with. And like then the whole quarterback issue has been explained like that doesn't need to be rehashed. We can't keep a quarterback healthy. I don't even know. Yeah. I think we have 2. I think we got 2 wins. Okay. But like is Billy Edwards even healthy? What's going on there? I haven't heard a single thing about Billy Edwards. He was supposed to be the savior this year. He hasn't played. We're on our 3rd string quarterback. It's just like something has to change. And like, I'm right on the line of like, yes, fire Fickell and just restart because maybe something will change.
Gauntlet.
Yeah, no, it's brutal.
Wow. Even if
and part of
8-4.
Yeah, part of me wants to be like just fire Fickell, restart, see what we can do there, hire somebody that came from a big program, whether it be a Billy Napier, which I think is disgusting. I did have some thoughts of who I wanted, but I don't remember who I was thinking of.
Apparently Fickell said that Billy Edwards is close to returning.
I just don't understand.
Sprained knee sounds like such a bitch injury, but I'm sure it's terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, so part of me is like, just fire him, restart. Part of me is like, hey, let's fire the AD and see what Fickle can actually do. But also, like, then if we fire the AD and nothing changes, then we're just another year behind, and our program's just going to get that much worse. Like, I think at this point, you just got to burn it all down.
Yeah.
So,
Should we talk some NFL?
sure.
I'll go first because mine's quick. Lions Bucs Monday night, great game. We were missing our top 2 cornerbacks, top 2 safeties, and our defense shut down Baker Mayfield. Having a Lim McNeil back is so fucking huge. I mean, he was in there. I don't even think he recorded a tackle, but he was right up the middle, getting in Baker's face, makes him move. The edges get to him. I mean, it was a great defensive performance. Troy Aikman, middle of the fourth quarter, was like, this is one of the greatest defensive performances I've ever seen. I mean, I'm talking no-namers, guys I've never heard of. We had 2 safeties I never heard of. Rocky Sin, I'm a big fan of. Honestly, I can't even tell you names. I know there's a Whiteside. He was fucking awesome. Mallet was sweet. Like, mix in some of these guys. Like, when Arnold comes back, give him some plays off. Give DJ Reed some plays off. Amik Robertson is a dog. We've known that since he locked up Jay Jettas. But I don't know. The defense was the big piece for me. I mean, the offense did their job. Gibbs is fucking incredible. Gibbs, top what running back in the NFL, would you say? I have a non-biased and then a biased.
I'm being top 5 safely.
I'd say him at 5.
Probably no. I think I'd probably put him at like 3 or 4.
Okay.
I think I'd put Bijan over him. You could argue CMC yet. Honestly,
JT's tough.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
having
JT.
a phenomenal year. So here's what I had, and I mixed in age a little bit / injury history.
Yeah.
I had him top 3, top 2 with bias. I've got Bijan at 1 over everyone. And then I had JT 2, Gibbs 3, and then bias I had Gibbs over JT just because he's young. He's healthy. That 78-yard touchdown, fastest in, I think they said, 5 or 6 years or something outrageous. Like, when he got through that hole, he was just gone. I blinked and he was in the end zone. It was fucking awesome.
I think, hot take, he's a little bit lower down the list, but I think you could put Achane up there as well, just for what he can offer. I think if Miami's offense was better, he'd be fucking a monster. But
it depends what you're
also
ranking.
Bill.
No, I can
Bill,
see the
Bill could be up there.
I mean, you can argue any running back. Oh, put him behind Detroit's O-line. They're going to be like, do you know how good Ramondre Stevenson would be behind our O-line? He would never fumble the ball. Well, he still would. But yeah, Gibbs is just such a fucking dog. I saw an argument today on Twitter about what top he is. I think top 3 is a little bit hot, maybe. There's a lot of good running backs. But I think when you factor in the age thing, I think he's got to be 2. I do think Bijan is better, but I think the Falcons use him better than we use Gibbs. They involve him in the pass game so much. The only bad part about this game, I will say, I am starting to worry with Goff. He makes the throws when he's got time and they're open, but a little bit of pressure and he looks panicky in the pocket. I don't love that. And then when he's throwing with pressure, it felt like last year and the year before, he'd still find a way to get it in the receiver's hands. There's a lot of bad throws when he's got pressure on him, and it concerns me. He never really has been able to, but he can't evade a sack. So if he doesn't have a clean, perfect pocket, like it's chalked. We also, crazy stat of the night was that we haven't converted a 3rd and 10 or longer at all. We're like 0 for 22 now on the year.
I had no idea.
Isn't that wild? We've had 1 pass interference on a 3rd and long, but they don't count that as a successful 3rd down conversion. So a lot of 4th down conversions, nothing over 3rd and 10, I think was the stat, and they didn't get one last night every time. And it's what happens is they know you're passing, so they blitz, and Goff just looks panicky. So not didn't piss me off, but a lot of our drives were we got the ball inside their 50 twice, and we didn't even, I think. We made 1 field goal. He missed the other because we just couldn't move the ball. But Bucs defense, very good. I think we're still going to beat the shit out of bad teams. We got a well-timed bye week this week. Hopefully we get pretty healthy. 5-2 coming out of the bye, or no, 6-2 coming out of the bye. And you got, no, are we 5-2 or 6-2? What week was that? That was week 8, right?
Yeah, that was week 7. You guys are 5-2.
So 5-2 coming out of the bye. You should have Brian Branch. Well, you definitely will have Brian Branch back. Kirby Joseph, Arnold. I hope they take a little bit, to be honest. And then I think DJ Reed's longer, but and then you get Davenport back, so another pass rusher. Like, it's so funny to me because that defense, like, sometimes it'll be a play and somebody make a play. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, we have a guy named like Mallet or Mullet or something. I've never heard of these guys. And I'm tapped in on Twitter, but these are just practice squad guys they call up the day of the game or the day before, and they're just balling out there. And I think, last thing, Kelvin Shepard filling in for Aaron Glenn, he's a phenomenal coordinator, I think. And I'm hopeful that he just wants to coast with Dan Campbell as a D coordinator, because they said on the show, or on the broadcast, they said that he didn't even want to get into coaching when he was playing. He said he'll never be a coach. And then he met Dan Campbell, and then he brought him in as a linebackers coach. He loved it. D coordinator. I mean, he is another side point. His arms are fucking massive. They showed him on the sideline. His arms are huge. So I still hate John Morton, to be honest. Not really hate. I think he's a mid offensive coordinator. It's very bland, the play calling a lot of times. It's a lot of run, pass. And then, he's not using Gibbs the way I'd like to see it done. And then last point, whatever last I'm on here, I fear that Monty's time in Detroit is coming to an end. He just doesn't have that burst anymore. He's only 28, but
That's surprising.
Yeah, I looked it up last night because I'm like, this dude's moving like he's 31, and I feel like he's been in the league forever, but he's 28. But yeah,
When was he drafted?
He had that big fucking game against the Ravens, and he hasn't done much since. And I love Monty, but you got to give Gibbs more snaps. I mean, the dude is a freak, but look at why Gibbs is so fresh and moving that fast. It's because Monty's in there doing some dirty work sometimes. So I don't think you can get rid of him, but if you can trade him for something, I say do it. But I love Monty.
Wow, he was only drafted in 2019.
Dude, it feels like it was 2016. I feel like I was in high school watching him with the Bears.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to start talking about your Packers? I am going to go pee. I'm dying.
Yeah.
I'll have my headphones.
That's
so I'll
fine. So we'll just start and say we finally got a win on the road. So that's, I guess, a positive. Like Jake said, their plane was delayed for 5 hours the night before. So I think that's part of the reason they came out so slow. But just, the play calling was horrific again. We're running on 3rd and 5 with our backup running backs. I don't really see what the plan was there. Jordan Love didn't play that great, which is fine because we got out of there with a win. I didn't realize that we were the top team in the NFC until yesterday. We are technically holding the 1 seed right now, and it's mostly because of the tie. The tie is helping us out right now. If we're going off of my record, saying 4-2, we would not be the top seed, but
you wouldn't have the top seed if the Lions didn't help you out, so you're welcome. If we would have lost, the Bucs would. So you're welcome.
No, that you can't use that argument.
I can't. The Bucs would have the number 1 seed if they won last night. They'd be 6-1.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying if you guys didn't lose to us. That's why I was like,
no. I'm saying if we didn't win last night, the Bucs would have the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Also, before you continue, take my bias out of it. Obviously, it's no secret. I hate the fucking Packers. Take my bias out of it. Neutral fan watching a game. It drives me bonkers when I see Emmanuel Wilson get a run on 3rd and 5. Like, if you're going to run it and do the whole, we're going to go for it, let's get a chunk, use one of the top 10 backs in the league. Why are we using
Or just throw the ball. You have Jordan Love.
Right. Yeah. Like, look at that throw he made on 4th and 2. That was a fucking dive.
Exactly.
Like, that got me excited. And I hate Jordan Love. I hate the Packers, but I was like, damn, what a fucking throw.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. Some of the play calling, man, it's wild.
I want Mike McDaniels fired from the Dolphins as soon as physically possible, and then Mike McDaniels brought into the Packers as an offensive coordinator, and Matt LaFleur gives up play calling. because that honestly at this point, I said it a couple weeks ago. I think Matt LaFleur might be holding back Jordan Love, and that his seat was getting warm. His seat is very warm at this point, at least for offensive coordinator duties. He should not be doing this anymore. I don't know what we're doing. And like I get the whole spreading the ball around thing, but Matthew Golden is fucking awesome. His hands are so good. He does not drop balls. Just feed him. Honestly, Dobbs too. Dobbs has looked pretty good. It should be Dobbs, Kraft, Golden. And that's where I'm also getting a little bit more worried too, because Christian Watson is now getting healthy. And he's about to come back. Whose targets is he going to take when he comes back? I don't like it. I love Christian Watson, but I do not like the fact that he's going to take targets from somebody. Luckily, we do have the trade deadline coming up. Maybe we'll move a receiver. Wicks, great. Gone. Get me somebody on defense. The defense has been pretty good, by the way. Micah Parsons had a game this week. 3 sacks, absolute game record. That's why we got him.
The week after I talked shit about him, he went crazy.
Yes. If we can put together a full game, this team could do something special. The defense looked, I shouldn't say great. The defense looked pretty good. The secondary is not great. Yeah, I want to fucking smash somebody. Like, just cover a spread, kill someone, do it. Stop playing safe. And then we got to go fucking play in Pittsburgh where we haven't won in decades and got to go against Aaron Rodgers this week.
I got 2. You want to
know?
Not
worried. Just worried.
I got 2. You want to hear what's crazy stats?
Sure.
So the first one is, guess who's leading the NFL in point differential?
The Colts. I already looked at it.
Okay. Yeah, it's Colts and the Lions and the Chiefs, Rams, and then the Packers are all the way down. I think they're 10th? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9th. Which is
I think I know what the next thing
you're
going to – I think I can guess the next thing you're going to say to me because I had the same thing and almost brought it up. Is it about a particular team's defense?
No.
Okay.
No, it was going to be – I'll do mine and then you can do whatever that was. Hang on, I messed up my standings. I can't see now. My other one was, what year is it? Because the AFC top 4 is Colts, Patriots, Broncos, Steelers. It's like you look at that, you go, okay, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning again, I guess in Denver, that doesn't really count. But then Pittsburgh with Big Ben, holy shit. Denver actually had some really good years with like Kyle Orton and Jay Cutler even.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that could still be true. But
no, my thing was, holy fuck, the Texans defense, bro. 88 points allowed on the season. The next closest is the Rams at plus 117, and they're 2-4. They've lost 4 games, and they lead the league in lowest points allowed. And it's not particularly close.
What about the points for? They are 1, 2, 3, 4.
They have a plus
6,
39
28
point differential, and they're 2-4.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Their defense is unreal.
Lost 14-9 to the Rams. Lost to the Bucs 20-19. Lost to the Jags 17-10. Beat the Titans 26-0. Beat the Ravens 44-10. And then lost to the Seahawks last night 27-19. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so the ones that they've won, they've blown out.
Right.
The ones that they've lost have been relatively close and low scoring.
Whoa.
So if you think they're going to lose this week, take the under in the Niners-Texans game.
Should we do some parlays and then rip Paige's picks?
Yeah, I don't know if there's even lines.
There's touchdown scores. It's not all of them, but it's a good amount. Okay. So I guess if there's anybody you're dying for, I'm just going to pick from what's available. If there's anybody you're dying for, we can just get the odds for it later. I think I do got one, actually. Oh, damn, he's not on here. All right. I got to put... Can I say mine first? Because I'll forget because he's not listed.
Yeah.
I'm going Igbuka because he'll be healthier. He didn't score this week, and Mike Evans is probably done chain. Well, actually, I think he is done chain. They say he might come back from playoffs, but shattered his collarbone. I don't have odds for week 4. We'll have to update the odds on Sunday or whatever these are posted.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. Wow, there really is not many. I'll take Josh Allen plus 100.
What is it? Plus 100.
Yep, against the Panthers.
Oops. And then I'm going J Jet is plus 140.
Okay.
If that leg misses, I will replace and we'll run it back on Sunday with a different leg since that's Thursday Night Football. But both will count.
Man, I wish this game had some lines. I really like the Jets-Bengals game, but
you can just pick somebody. I mean, they'll all be. I feel like Jets-Bengals. They'll be. I hope you're not betting on a Jet, but
I actually was going to. I was going to take Garrett Wilson because he's supposed to be back this week.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
We'll find the odds later. That should be nice, juicy odds too. Did you see their benching Fields?
Good.
Does that change your mind?
No.
Oh, he's so bad, dude. He's so bad. It does not make sense to me because he has good legs, but how can you not I get your offensive line is bad, but scramble out of the pocket, take a look downfield. If it's not there, run. There's just something twisted in his head that he can't do it.
Yeah. I've got my legs for the normal parlay as well.
Okay, you can do your first one. I got to find some. I'm trying not to use my locks and long shots.
First one is Niners, Texans under 49.5 because I think the Texans lose. So it's got to go under.
Okay. You said you want to write that in there? I'm trying to find mine. I will take the under 49.5 Bears Ravens. Actually, I'm going to bump that to 50.5 though because it's plus 100.
Okay.
Under 50.5.
Bears.
Going Bears plus 6.5.
Ravens. No, I'm just
under 50.5.
Okay.
Under 41.5 scares me. I just lost their parlay on Sunday.
Packers -3.
You just said they don't fucking cover.
Okay, fine. I won't take Packers -3.
I mean, you can do that, and then I'll just hedge when we get to that, I guess. I'm fine with that.
No,
I'm not trusting the Packers with this parlay.
That's fine. My other one that I do like is the where did it go? Which one was it?
Please don't.
The Bills -7.
Okay. I'm gonna go Cowboys Broncos over 50.5.
I thought about it.
Cowboys overs are just so much fun. I mean, their offense is great. Their defense is bad. The Broncos defense, they gave up some points at home last week. And the Cowboys offense is so good. Imagine if their defense was mid.
All right. What are the odds on that one? Do we know?
Oh, shit. Sorry. Over, under.
I didn't put it in, so.
I'm about to. Under. Oops. I got to do 50.5, though. What was your other one? Bills -7?
Yep.
Okay. That is plus 1138.
Nice.
I like that. That's not bad for a little four-legger.
All right. Ready to rip Paige's picks?
Let's just rip Paige's picks. Oh, there we go. I was like, somebody didn't do theirs. It updated, though.
Yeah, I'm doing them right now, actually.
Before we start, I will say, I think I told you before we started recording, I think I took all favorites, and I'm scared, but I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna throw. I do my $1 bet on everybody's picks. I'll do 5 this week, but I tried to. Oh, there's also way less games. I tried to do it without looking at the spreads, and I came up with all favorites. So I think that's a sign. It's gonna be a favorite week, but they're not gonna cover. Ooh, take all the favorites moneyline parlay, and then take all the underdog spread. Ooh.
Okay, sorry, I'm just getting in my last one here. So, we got the bye NATO, week 8, Lions, Raiders, Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, Jags, all on bye. Last week, rebounded again with another 12-3 week, back on top, 68-39-1. Told you it was only a matter of time. Jake 8-7 moves down to second place, 65, 42-1, and Paige with a 9-6 week stays in third, but pulls a little bit closer, 62, 45-1. Thursday night, Vikings at Chargers. Chargers -3.5. Over under 44.5. Paige is on the Vikings. Jake and I are on the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, no London game this week. No international game this week. Thank fucking God. Although this one definitely could have been an international game. We get Dolphins at Falcons. Falcons -7.5. Over under 44.5. Paige is on the Dolphins. Jake and I are on the Falcons. Jets at Bengals. Bengals -6.5. Over-unders 44.5. We are all on the Bengals. Browns at Patriots. Patriots -7.5. Over-unders 40.5. We are all on the Patriots. Giants at Eagles. Eagles -6.5. Over-under 44.5. We are all on the Eagles. Yes, that is 3 straight that we all agree on. I hate that. Bills -7.5 at the Panthers. Over-unders 45.5. Paige is on the Panthers. You and I are on the Bills.
Yep.
I gotta give one up here. Bears at Ravens. Ravens -6.5. Over-unders 49.5. Paige is on the Ravens. I am on the Bears.
Going Ravens as well. I just off the bye week. Bears are winning too many games, and I almost forgot to mention my tweet I saw. The Ravens, after falling to 1-5, removed the players' ping pong table, video game consoles, basketball hoops, and cornhole boards from the locker room. So that team's locked in.
John Harbaugh off a bye. I need to see what John Harbaugh is off a bye because I'm pretty sure. Harbaugh off a bye week. Not finding anything on it. I thought that maybe he also had a stat kind of like Mike Tomlin, but not finding it. So, where were we? 49ers at Texans. Texans -1.5. Over-unders 40.5. It's actually up to 41. I just took the under. Texans for Paige. I will take the Niners.
Going Texans as well. That defense is too good to not win some games. And fuck the Niners. I hate their black magic. I'm done believing in it.
Yep. Afternoon games. We only got 3 of them this week. Bucs -6.5 at the Saints. Over-unders 46.5. We are all on the Bucs. Cowboys at Broncos. Broncos -3.5. Over-under 50.5. Pages on the Cowboys. I'm on the Broncos.
I forgot. I did take one dog. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Fair. Honestly, they're a very live dog with CD back. So.
Oh, yeah.
Last afternoon game, Titans at Colts. Colts are -14.5. Over-unders 47.5. Okay. We're all on the Colts. This is going to be a massacre.
Yeah, I think they win by a lot. Hopefully they put it in cruise control and give it to Jonathan Taylor a lot.
Yes. Sunday Night Football. Packers at Steelers. It is Rodgers' revenge game. Packers -3.5. Over-under 44.5. We're all on the Packers.
I'm flipping. Oh. Live flip. Steelers. Going Steelers. I have too many fucking favorites. I have too many favorites. And as a Lions fan, I need the Packers to lose. And I have not been able to stop thinking about it since you brought up that stat of you haven't won there since Bart Starr. I will gladly take the dog and be wrong if you break the Bart Starr curse. So
yeah, I'm worried. And then Monday Night Football, Commanders at Chiefs. Chiefs -10.5. Over-unders 47.5. Chiefs are back to chiefing. Paige is taking the Commanders. A little confused there. Not sure if Jaden's even playing. Jake and I are on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't think Jaden's playing. It looked bad. I've heard it's not as bad as people think, but you got to be careful with your star quarterback, your young star quarterback, I should say. And Mariota's not going to Kansas City to beat the Chiefs. So
exactly. The first time actually in at least 2 weeks that we will get at least one winner on Thursday night. By the way.
Yeah. I'm glad we stopped agreeing. Yeah.
Yes.
But I almost flipped to the Vikings just because of what's been going on Thursdays, but I think this is going to be a get back to normal Thursday night game. So I think that just about does it. Let's see. I had a thought. Oh yeah. Michigan MSU this weekend. Can't wait. I hope it's a absolute, what's that dude say? Slobber knocker. I think that's the term.
I think so.
My worry is that Michigan kind of likes to do this, right? You lose to USC, then you bounce back. You beat Washington convincingly, but now we got to go on the road to MSU, who's been playing like shit. Expectations are low, but I think they cover the spread easy. Michigan minus 12.5. I was going to do multiple locks, but I already got 2 for ChatGPT, so I think we win by 14 to 21. Have you watched an MSU game?
No, Wisconsin plus 33.5 at Oregon this weekend.
That's gross. That is fucking sick.
Over under is 44.5. The spread is 33.5. Yeah.
I'm taking the over. They're going to put up 60 on you.
I did take OSU spread and Wisconsin under 7.5 total points last week.
Those both hit, right? Bang. I saw somebody took Wisconsin's team total over.
Indiana's number 2?
Yeah, you didn't know that? They're fucking good.
No.
And
I
Texas
know
Tech
that.
lost. Who'd they jump?
We got to wrap this.
Who'd they jump? They were 3. And they jumped. We don't talk about college football enough on the show. I love college football. Who the fuck did they jump?
Let's wrap this.
Hang on. I'm about to see who they jumped. They jumped Miami because Miami lost. That's what it was. They were 3 last week. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, door some tutties. We'll see you next week. Fuck the Dodgers.
Peace.